This is Route 66, the Mother Road, the show that road trips the legendary highway from Chicago to the coast. Your hosts are Robbie and Terry, both 15. Every week they break it down so you actually get it.
Mother Road, the show that road trips the legendary highway from Chicago to the coast. I'm Terry.
And I'm Robbie, and today we're talking about the finish line, the end of Route 66, Santa Monica Pier.
2,451 miles of highway, and it all ends with a Ferris wheel and saltwater taffy. Honestly perfect.
The official end sign is right there on the pier. It literally says end of the trail, like the highway is taking a bow.
I'd take a bow too if I survived 2,000 miles of road through 8 states.
8 states: Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, California, coast to coast in 2 sentences.
So the pier itself has been around since 1909. That's over 100 years of tourists, fishermen, and very brave seagulls.
The seagulls don't care about history. They just want your churro.
Which, by the way, are incredible. I'm just saying, Route 66 ends with snacks and an ocean view. Could be worse.
The original western terminus wasn't even on the pier. It was just at the intersection of Lincoln and Olympic Boulevards nearby.
So the pier sign is kind of honorary. It's where the spirit of the road trip ends, even if the paperwork disagrees.
The highway was officially decommissioned in 1985, so technically Route 66 doesn't exist as a federal highway anymore.
And yet millions of people still drive it every year. That's the thing about legends, you can't decommission them.
The pier has a pretty wild history too. It burned down twice, once in 1943 and again in 1970.
Twice? You'd think after the first time someone would say, maybe fewer wooden structures next to the Pacific Ocean.
They rebuilt it both times, bigger and better. Stubbornness is basically a Santa Monica tradition.
Which fits perfectly for the end of a highway that refused to die after being officially erased from the map.
The Ferris wheel on the pier is solar-powered. It runs on about 100% renewable energy. First solar-powered Ferris wheel in the whole country.
Route 66 ends at a green energy carnival ride. That's somehow the most Los Angeles thing I've ever heard.
And the pier sits right on the edge of the Pacific, so you're literally standing at the far end of the continental United States.
Travelers used to drive the whole route and just wade into the ocean at the end, like a finish line celebration.
Which honestly sounds amazing. Thousands of miles of flat desert and small-town diners, and then boom, cold Pacific water.
The highway attracted massive numbers of travelers during the Dust Bowl in the 1930s. Whole families packed everything and drove west.
John Steinbeck called Route 66 the Mother Road in The Grapes of Wrath. That's where the show's name comes from.
And Santa Monica was the dream destination: sunshine, the ocean, a fresh start after everything those families had lost.
For a lot of them, the pier was the first time they'd ever seen the Pacific Ocean. Imagine that moment.
After weeks in a car with your whole family and everything you own, that view probably felt like the whole world opening up.
The pier is about 1,600 feet long, which is almost a third of a mile jutting out over the water.
So you're basically walking into the ocean for 5 minutes before you even hit the railing. It's dramatic, which I respect.
There's an aquarium underneath the pier too. The Santa Monica Pier Aquarium. Sea creatures living under the most famous finish line in America.
The fish have no idea they're living inside a historic landmark. Total vibe.
Scientists from UCLA actually did studies on the pier's marine habitat. The pilings became an artificial reef over the decades.
So Route 66 accidentally built an underwater ecosystem. The highway's legacy is literally living beneath the waves.
There are buskers, arcade games, a merry-go-round that dates back to 1922. The pier is basically a time machine you can eat cotton candy inside.
The merry-go-round is over 100 years old and still spinning. That's older than Route 66 itself.
The highway was established in 1926, so the merry-go-round actually had a head start.
The merry-go-round, older, wiser, and significantly more circular than the highway it outlasted.
Every year, people complete bucket list drives of the full route and end right here, taking photos with that end of the trail sign. Route 66 started in the hustle of Chicago and ends in the sunshine of Santa Monica, and somehow that just makes sense.
From the shores of Lake Michigan to the shores of the Pacific, America in 2,451 miles.
Next week, we'll be stopping somewhere new along the Mother Road. Until then, keep your tank full and your windows down.
And maybe save a churro for the seagulls, they've earned it.
See you next week on Route 66, the Mother Road.